Hi everyone, and welcome to Creative Chelsey. If you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up or commenting below. If you want to see more of my videos, press the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. If you need any Stampin' Up! Products to make this card, you can visit my online store and the link is in the description box below. When you purchase Stampin' Up! Products through me, you can earn free products. Check out my current customer appreciation products on my blog, and the link is also below in the description. Today, I'd like to share with you my fourth alternative project using the May 2021 paper pumpkin kit called Batter Up. This fun card kit creates 9 cards, 3 in each of these cute designs. And what I like to do is take the products from that kit and create my own cards. So today we're going to be using the stamp set to be creating some fun background patterns for this You're the Best Dad Ever card. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the fun stamp set that came in the May 2021 paper pumpkin kit, along with the Night of Navy Stampin' Spot. Now, if you're interested in seeing what else came in this kit or my other alternative projects, you can click in the top right corner and I will link the playlist. So today's card uses the stamp set and ink pad along with some extra cardstock and then the home base plate die cut from the kit. And so let's start with our stamping. I've got 2 pieces of coordinating cardstock. This one is Smoky Slate and then Real Red. They are both 2.5 inches in width, and then this one is 3.5 inches, and then we have one that's 3 3/4 inches in length. And you can always find the dimensions for the cardstock in the description below, as well as a list of the products that I've used. So we're going to be stamping the baseball bat and the hat as our background images. So I've just got some clear blocks that I'm adding these to. Let's start with the baseball bat on our Smoky Slate. So we're doing a color on color stamp. And so I have some ink in Smoky Slate, and I'm just going to ink up that baseball bat, and I'm going to stamp it so that the top and bottom are not on the cardstock. Then I'm going to rotate it so that it's the opposite of my first one, and then continue to stamp it. And you can see that it creates this really fun lined pattern all the way down my cardstock. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue this process. So once that's done, you can see that it creates this really fun visual line image, and they don't even look like baseball bats. And so that's going to be our background image here. And then for the Real Red cardstock, we're going to randomly stamp the baseball hat in Real Red ink. And that just creates another tone-on-tone image. And we really just need to focus on the bottom and then the top, because the cardstock in the middle is not seen at all. So we'll get something that looks like that. So before we clean those stamps, I need to stamp a single hat and bat for our card. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up my bat and ink that up in Smoky Slate and stamp that on some scratch paper. And then do the same with the hat. Ink that up in some Real Red and stamp that as well. Now I've done a fun technique where I've added a little extra color behind those images, and I'll show you how I did that. First, we need to clean these images, and I just like to use a Simply Chamois for that. It's just, you just place water on it and it just makes them squeaky clean. So to get some color on the inside of these images, what I did is actually flip them over so that the front is now the back and the back is the front. So for the baseball bat, I just inked it up and then stamped it off and then stamped it on right over that image. And that just gives me a nice light color gray to fill in that highlight there. Now, if you like just that nice strong image, then you don't have to do this step. This is just an extra step to fill in that color. So I've done the same thing with the hat, just flipped it over. So the back is now the front, and I'm going to ink that up with real red, and actually going to stamp this off twice. And then I'm just going to stamp it on and kind of repeat stamping over and over to create some layers of color there. Just like that. So next we're going to take this and we will fussy cut out these images. Okay, so these are now ready for our card, and we just need to now stamp our greeting. So I've placed the stamp "You're the Best" on a clear block, and I'm going to use the Night of Navy ink spot. I'm just going to ink that up. And then I'm going to stamp it on the home plate, and I want to push it to the left of the home plate so that I have some room for those other elements on the right. And then on two of these small rectangles, I'm going to stamp Dad and Ever. So now it's time to put this card together. I've got a long table tent card base. It's been cut to 4 1/4 by 11 and then scored at 5 1/2. This card would also work on a regular card base as well. This is just what I had, so I thought I would use it. This real red piece goes down first, right onto the cardstock in the center. Just kind of eyeball it. And then our Smoky Slate cardstock is next. I did place it so a little more is at the bottom than the top. We're going to add You're the Best home plate with some dimensionals. And this goes at an angle in the center. Then we'll add our bat and our hat. And I can place a small dimensional at the top. And then again, you can cut these down, these little pieces on the side to get a skinny dimensional for the bottom of the bat. And then you can add some glue dots to the center. And then that just goes over the home plate at an angle. And then you can add the hat. If you would like, you can pop that up with a dimensional just for some extra depth there. And then we're going to place Dad Ever right there. And I did trim my Dad Ever down a little bit so it fits a little bit better on the card. And then place a small dimensional on the back. So I'm just going to take one of these large ones and cut it in half. And then place Ever just a little low, And then you can place Dad right above that. Just like that. Then we do have some of the enamel dots that we're going to add. And I decided to use yellow so that there's a little bit of contrast there. And then if you'd like to add a bow, you can take 8 inches of the twine, and you can either leave it white and tie a little bow and place it down here by the hat and the bat, or you can dye it. And I chose to dye it with Night of Navy, and so let me share with you how I did that. So for this technique, you're going to need something to add ink to. So you're just going to add some ink to a clear block. Then you'll place your 8 inches of twine into the ink, and with a water painter, you're going to add water to the ink and to the twine. Make sure you're not working too closely to projects because you do get a little bit of splatter. And then you just keep doing this until the twine is covered in that whichever color you've chosen. And then you do need to let it dry, and you can speed up the process with a heat tool. So once that is completely colored, you're going to transfer it over to a paper towel or napkin and let it dry. And then also make sure that you clean your water painter by squeezing the water from the bladder through the bristles of the brush until it runs clear. So once your twine is dry, and you've run it back and forth through some paper towels to just make sure any excess color is removed, then you can just tie a little bow, trim the ends so they're about the same length, and then with the glue dot, you can add it to your card. And I've just placed it here between the bat and the hat. And the card is all done. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this fun alternative card to May 2020 Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you're interested in subscribing to get your own kit, please use the link in the description below. For more information, such as written instructions and close-up images of this card, you can visit my blog, creativechelsey.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a creative day. Bye.